Let's watch this. Yes, E-Day! That was the best one. We saved the best till last. Doom looked amazing. Perfect Dark looked really good. Oh, Gears, man. Yes. I want to play. I've been wanting to play Gears for so long. We're going to play Gears on Top Place Games. It's happening. It's just fucking happening. Yeah!
Hello, and welcome to Treyarch in Los Angeles. And
I don't care about Call of Duty now.
We're excited to share what
Gears.
we've been working on for the past few years.
Amazing.
For Black Ops 6, we really wanted to give ourselves the time to craft something truly great. This means we're delivering a new level of polish and innovation across all parts of the game.
Interesting.
I've been working here for over 20 years, and I can tell you that we have something special on our hands with Black Ops 6. And I know that the team are excited to give you a deep dive into our campaign and global innovation.
I love that it's set in the 90s as well.
Game.
Like early 90s, I think that's cool. It's a cool time setting for all this stuff.
Okay.
Are rolling.
With Black Ops 6, we're taking players to a new but familiar era, the early 90s. In true signature Black Ops fashion, our story builds on real history, thrusting players into a conspiracy where a shadowy
gonna
force
have to
has
play the other
infiltrated
Black
the
Ops
highest
games
levels
now?
of the US government,
Because I've only played
branding
one.
anyone who resists as traitors and forcing players to go rogue for the first time to fight the very machine that created them.
That's cool.
The team has been meticulously crafting every aspect of this game to deliver the fun and attitude players
like the
expect
Black
from the
Ops.
Black Ops franchise.
It's much sneakier.
Multiplayer is,
It's
of
much more
course, here
focused
brings
on
the Black
espionage.
Ops style and provides a playground for the
Not in
brand new
gameplay,
Omni
but in
movement
story.
system. New way to push beyond your limits and move like an action hero. You'll see a sneak peek of that later today.
Is that what Call of
Round-based
Duty was
zombies
about?
is absolutely back and better than ever, and you can be sure it's full of surprises. With that, let's step into the mind-bending
Zombies
campaign
was always
experience
fun
we've
as
been
well.
crafting with our partners at Raven.
No turning back now.
So I'm still counting this as the Xbox Game Showcase. I know it's a separate
Every
thing,
Call of
but
Duty
it's all
player has
Xbox,
a favorite
right?
campaign mission. When we set out to make Black Ops 6, we were focused on delivering missions so iconic that they stick in your memory long after.
Good.
We are bringing that
Black
action-packed
Ops in
blockbuster
Vietnam.
feel to every step of the narrative.
I'll never forget that.
We are giving you more variety, more dynamic moment-to-moment gameplay, and more options to finish each mission.
We
Okay.
can do this loud or quiet.
Loud.
The game is packed with unexpected moments of Black Ops mystery.
Okay.
It's a
cool.
high-octane spy thriller where you're never sure who to trust and what's real. And it's all set against the backdrop of the early 90s. The Soviet Union was crumbling after the fall of the Berlin Wall and the end of the Cold War. The US is the only remaining superpower. The Gulf War was dominating headlines everywhere, and there was a growing mistrust in government, reflected everywhere across the music, television, and
Yeah.
pop culture of the time.
Yeah.
When we talk about the Black Ops timeline, Black Ops 6 comes after the events of the Cold War, but is directly tied to the 1986 flashbacks in Black Ops 2, the aftermath of which has left our heroes in dire circumstances.
Something you should see.
So do I need to play
Black Ops 6
1 and 2?
blends the rich and gritty
Wait,
history
6?
of previous
How?
franchise
What?
titles with bold new characters. With veteran Frank Woods as our through line in our story.
Nice. I always like Frank Woods.
In this new chapter, we see a different side of Woods following his traumatic injury at the hands of Raul Menendez. He's been pulled from the field as he adjusts to a new role within the CIA, often behind a desk or on the other end of a radio. His protege is Troy Marshall, who's been making a name for himself in the field. Marshall is a reluctant leader driven by a strong moral compass. Marshall and Woods are working with another new face in Black Ops 6, CIA handler Jane Harrow. She's a born leader, fearless and brilliant, and helps manage their relationships within the agency.
Okay.
Woods' ability to operate in the shadows has always been hugely valuable to the CIA, whether they want to admit it or not. And Marshall has the ability to make tough calls in the field, ones that Harrow trusts him to make.
So are we playing
But
as
when an
Marshall?
operation goes wrong, Woods and Marshall are suspended and ultimately forced to go rogue. They soon realize they have to trust each other to get to the bottom of what's going on. Without any of their usual resources, they have to build their own team, recruiting two exciting new characters in Felix
so
Newman, a technical genius, and Savati Dima, a mysterious assassin. With the end of the Cold War, these former enemies have become new allies. And with the sudden return of notorious operative Russell Adler, who'd gone missing for months, a former ally may have become a new enemy.
For the Black Ops single-player
So who do we
campaign,
play
we
as?
prioritized mission variety and unique experiences. Our goal was to offer players a wide variety of mission types, each crafted from the ground up. One moment, you'll be storming a palace. The next, you'll be pulling off a heist at a casino.
Livestream.
We aim to take players all over the world and immerse them in vastly different experiences. Within these missions, we wanted gameplay to unfold in multiple ways, giving players the freedom to navigate through them as they see fit.
I kind of fancy playing a Call
Where
of
we
Duty
have
now
different
as well, though.
combat
This looks
styles,
pretty
we
good.
also have
I always like the
conversation
Black Ops
opportunities
stuff.
where you can talk, barter, and manipulate your way into different experiences. And we think you'll want to replay levels to see them all.
Interesting. But you're also just running at people who are shooting at you with no cover.
We are excited to offer a variety of different enemy types in the campaign. The goal was to provide different challenges for the player. So whether they choose to go in guns blazing or take a stealthier approach,
Probably.
Line them up right, you can take them both out in one shot.
Nice.
we've continued to push on what's possible in terms of how our enemy combatants behave.
Right, so we're not
Your enemies will
playing
be
as
relentless, constantly seeking to
the new
outmaneuver
guy,
you throughout the
the
levels.
protege. Troy, whatever he was
Escape
called.
routes, push on players' location, and force them to think on their feet. We've
Nice.
created certain missions where we give you a high-level objective and a variety of ways to approach that objective. One mission in particular takes place in a vast desert in Iraq. You and your team are hunting down missile launchers with the SAS. It's one of the largest campaign maps that we've ever created.
Wow.
I know we're coming.
Well, it's Gulf War, 91. Gulf War, first Gulf War.
You'll find that some of our destinations have a startling contrast in look and feel as well. We have a mission that takes place in an opulent casino in Southern Europe. It's unlike any past mission in Call of Duty. And what the player does in this space is totally unexpected. And another one of our missions we have set in the harsh tundra of northern Russia.
We are excited to offer an array of brand new equipment, as well as some favorites from the Black Ops universe.
I'm not
RCXD,
seeing...
Tranquilizer Trap,
That's cool. I'm not
Adrenaline
seeing...
Stem, Homing Knife,
Oh, wow.
Disruptor.
How this is different to other modern Call of Duties. Like, aesthetically.
The campaign is
sorry, not
grounded
aesthetically,
within an
playstyle.
expanded campaign hub called the Safe House. You might remember we also
Nice.
had that in Black Ops Cold War. But this time,
No.
we wanted to think a little bit more broadly about the environment. We chose to have our team's hub located in a more naturalistic setting. So, it's in an abandoned manor by an ocean cliffside.
Sounds beautiful.
What's most unique is that it used to be a KGB black site, which was operational
like
during the
that you
50s and 60s.
have this
brings
hub
a
as
lot
a
of
base.
intrigue to the safe house and will allow players to explore and discover secrets from the past.
I like
the team
this
is
filtering
also bringing
in
back
more
the evidence board,
exploration
which is
elements
still
to
the
it.
centerpiece of the safe
Talking
house
elements,
experience.
that's cool.
But
That's actually new
with brand
gameplay,
new
so
upgrades.
I take
Players
it back.
can view the campaign outline, gain deeper insights into missions, and analyze evidence collected throughout missions.
Okay, the attacker comes in. I'll go. 3, 2, 1, go! That was sick. Great. I think we got it.
With Black Ops 6, our goal is to create a more connected experience that keeps players immersed across every single mode. We've pushed ourselves at every corner to innovate and craft the most signature Black Ops experience for our players. Movement has been a consistent area of focus and innovation for Call of Duty. And with Black Ops 6, we're redefining movement across the entire game.
Okay, cool.
For the first time ever, players can sprint in any direction and move like a true Black Ops action hero with an entirely new global system we call Omni Movement. This unlocks the ability to move like never before and seamlessly chain combat maneuvers like slide, dive, and our enhanced supine prone in full 360 degrees range of motion.
That's cool.
From the beginning, we started with, you can't do this thing, why? And then realized people actually move that way. What happens if we get rid of that construct? And then instantly it opened up like, oh, if you can sprint in any direction, then you can dive in any direction, you can slide in any direction, which then led to all the on-the-ground movement and everything else chaining together.
It does look smoother, more natural.
It's really been something that changes how you think and play the game, whether it's campaign, MP, or zombies. We truly believe that once you experience Omni Movement, there's no going back.
Interesting. Big claim. And that's across the whole thing.
We also have what
campaign,
we're calling
multiplayer, and
intelligent
zombies.
movement, which is a set of features that drastically reduces how many buttons or keys you're pressing to perform various movements. These can be enabled in player options, and they're broken down into 3 categories: sprint assist, mantle assist, and crouch assist. And each of these settings will allow for fine-tuning. Intelligent movement really started with this idea that we want all players to focus on what they want to do and not how to do it.
That it would just be, it feels like that would
We want
be
every
a
player,
flow,
regardless of skill level or
moving.
input or experience with Call of
As
Duty,
you hit a
to
wall,
be
you
able
just
to
instantly
engage with
mantle
Omni
over
movement
it.
and live out their own action hero fantasy in Black Ops 6.
That's cool. That's an improvement. Don't
We looked
expect me
at
to pull
other
off shots
genres
like
like
that.
racing games, where they have these great assist settings that can be turned on and off. Things like traction control or assisted braking, and we really love the idea of taking that thinking and applying it to our own movement options.
Makes sense.
I don't think this is a one-size-fits-all thing, and I encourage players to play around with combos of these settings to really dial in their preferred setup.
Yeah. But that's cool. It adds more elements
Hit
and more
zones or
ways that
regions
you
on a
can
character
interact
that
with the
react
game
when
and makes it
taking
easy for
damage or
people who
dying.
maybe
In
aren't
past games,
quite
we've
as
only had
twitchy with the
4
buttons.
regions.
That's
For
cool.
Black Ops 6, we've actually increased that to 9 regions. So now we can determine if that enemy was shot in their left leg or right leg, and then we'll play a bespoke death animation depending on that location that they were hit.
That's pretty cool.
So world connectivity is this concept that players' movement and reactions are connected to the world based on their choices. A great example that really shines is a global feature we call corner slicing, where as you round a corner or go through a doorway, your weapon's gonna dynamically rotate in the direction that you're rounding that corner.
I like that.
And since
Other
it's
games have done
dynamic,
that.
It'll be a bit more dramatic if you're slowly clearing a room, but won't affect you at all if you're barreling full speed around that
I'm trying to think
corner.
what else did that, but other games
We
have
are
done that, and
constantly
it
looking for opportunities to set the bar
looks cool.
with movement and animations in Black Ops 6.
Yeah, I like it. I'm interested, actually. I'm genuinely interested in the Call of Duty for once.
Take cover!
Our team is super thrilled to show you the best looking characters that we've done. Through our process of photogrammetry, gear was acquired, scanned, and incorporated onto each of our operatives. For our faces, a dynamic real-time analysis of spontaneous performances was captured and processed to make every emotional, impactful moment true to actual life.
I love that games are getting into this kind of mocap,
to have special attention
facial
to their
animation
cuticles,
stuff.
to make sure that they don't
It
look
looks
like they're just
very
freshly
pretty.
cut. There's dirt in between their nails, the oils on their palms as they're sweaty and running through situations that they're in. We're paying attention to every detail.
That's cool. I love that. And a premium game like Call of Duty should offer
The
that
thing
kind
that
of
I'm
thing.
most excited about is the number of new weapons from the era that we've added, which includes many that are brand new to the franchise. Our heroes are rogue operatives, and they operate outside the normal playbook. That means they're procuring gear by any means necessary.
Yep.
And it allowed us to pull a unique mix of weapons.
Yep. Absolutely.
We made sure to
Using the black
deliver
market and
dozens
stuff.
of unique attachments for every gun, and this allows the players to create a weapon to match
Always
any
loved
playstyle that you can imagine,
Call of
all
Duty
while
weapon
maintaining the
mods
feel and tone
and attachments.
of the era.
That system's been the best weapon mod system that
In
I've
Black Ops
personally
6,
played.
we really strive for striking that balance between real and hyper-real, but we want to ground our effects in realism. We find real-world reference so that we can match that motion the weight, the timing, then riff off of that and create that hyper-real look that everybody has come to know and love from Call of Duty.
Yeah, cool. They're selling it to me.
The Black Ops 6 user experience is all about focusing players on what they need when they need it, and our in-game HUD is no different. From the mini-map to the ammo widget to in-game notifications, the Black Ops 6 HUD combines some of our best designs in a clean, streamlined experience.
Doesn't look any different to me.
For the first time in Call of Duty,
I haven't
players
played
will be able
multiplayer
to
for such a
change
long
their
time.
HUD in dramatic ways to suit their needs.
Oh,
For instance,
nice.
streamers can
Customization.
choose a layout optimized for their setup, or maybe you want your HUD centered so you don't have to look away. Want to play hardcore anywhere,
cool.
or finally put the mini-map in the bottom left? Those are options as well. Not only does the
That's
HUD
cool.
give players important status, it connects them to the world and helps them feel rewarded.
And it
for
looks like
being
you can
awesome.
enlarge and shrink.
As players track that elusive
As you want.
challenge or target their next level unlock, Black Ops 6 delivers an end-to-end experience from the lobby into combat and back, where player
kill times
progress
look
and
longer than I
achievement are
remember them in COD
celebrated
as
in a
well.
big way.
Like you're putting a lot of bullets downrange into someone before they drop. For the multiplayer stuff.
Alright, we're all settled. Audio's good. Everybody's happy, Jeff.
Lawrence Connected.
Early on in Black Ops
I'm
6's
not-
development, we set
I'm
a
not
goal
good enough
to
to play
make
Call of Duty
leveling and
multiplayer,
XP
so-
matter more than ever. Looking back through the Call of Duty and Black Ops catalog, there's a lot of love, both internally at Treyarch and that we see in our community, for how we used to handle
Yeah, Black Ops is
prestige.
cool.
Traditional prestige is back in Call of Duty with Black Ops 6.
I didn't know they
We
changed
pulled
it.
the best of the best from past Call of Duty prestige systems and are going bigger and more rewarding than ever. Players who reach max player level will have the choice to enter prestige, start fresh with relocked gear, and go through the leveling journey again. Black Ops 6 will have 10 prestiges, each with a valuable set of rewards to earn and equip to peacock your status. Players who make it through Prestige 10 aren't done. Instead, they'll graduate into Prestige Master with 1,000 additional levels to climb through and a classified reward to uncover for anyone dedicated enough to make it all the way to the end. The
I mean,
full
it gives you
Prestige
something to
system is
constantly
available
grind
on
for.
day one in Black Ops 6.
That's cool. As it should be, I guess. Yeah, multiplayer
We know
has
how
always
many
been
of
the
our
weakest
players
part for
look
me.
forward to multiplayer, and we will
But
be
it's
providing
huge.
a deep
COD
dive on
multiplayer
it
is
later in the year.
massive.
For now, here's some insight into our development of Black Ops 6 multiplayer. Our vision since day one has been to craft an approachable and engaging step change of that signature Black Ops
The worlds
multiplayer
look cool.
experience.
They
We focused on
genuinely look
supporting
cool.
3 core playstyles for launch. Enforcers are the slayers who like to kill and stay on the move. Recon is
Okay.
all about intel and counter-intel play. And strategists are support players who throw their bodies at objectives for the win or focus on taking out enemy score streaks for the team. All of our weapons, gear, and gadgets in multiplayer have been intentionally designed through that lens of supporting these play styles. And of course,
Interesting.
it wouldn't be a Black Ops game if you can't relive those action hero moments in theater mode, which we're happy to announce is returning with Black Ops 6. Now I said we're only getting a taste of MP today, but of course that means you're gonna get some early details on maps.
We're happy to announce that we will be launching with 16 all-new MP maps. We've got 12
All
core
new.
6v6
Okay.
and 4 strike maps, which can be played as
They've clearly
6v6
been
or
cooking.
2v2. What do players like? What do we know that they want? So we're back to our classic 3-lane maps. We've got fast, frenetic experiences, and we have that balance with more medium size, like better for hardcore pacing to keep the action flowing,
Wow,
but
the
still
detail
have meaningful
looks
decisions
incredible.
for the player to make. The maps have their own stories, and we have multiplayer taking place after the campaign, after you finish it. So don't want to get into too many spoilers there, but
Oh,
you'll
that's
experience some of those
tying it in,
locations
that's
through the
cool.
multiplayer lens.
That's cool. For the story narrative stuff as well, the narrative players as well.
We've covered a lot today, but couldn't leave you without giving you just one more thing.
Zombies! I've always wanted to get back into zombies.
Round-based zombies is
I
back.
remember
We're
early
picking up the
zombies.
Dark Aether storyline where we left it. We're excited to announce that there will be 2 brand new maps available at launch, with a curated mix of fan-favorite features and new elements to discover. For those new to zombies, it's our unique take on the cooperative horde mode, where every map is packed full of powerful weapons and upgrades, deadly enemies, and tons of secrets to uncover. The legacy of zombies is incredibly important to Treyarch, and we are so proud of what the mode is bringing to players in Black Ops 6. As you've heard today, the innovations in movement systems will also be coming to zombies. Plus, there are many additional zombie-specific features, both new and returning. This is going to be a truly epic return for round-based zombies. Be on the lookout for more intel coming later this year.
I'm guessing this is Treyarch's games. Treyarch are doing what they do.
Now, we know we only gave you a little taste of multiplayer here today, so make sure to mark your calendars for our worldwide multiplayer reveal event at Call of Duty Next on August 28th.
I was going to say August
Make sure to
something.
stay tuned for details and watch your favorite streamers get hands-on Black Ops 6 so you can be prepped and ready to jump into our MP beta and
We
feel
might check
Omni
it out.
movement for yourself. We'll be sharing so
Omni
much
movement
more about
sounds
Black
cool.
Ops 6 in the
Really,
coming
really
months
cool.
and look forward to seeing your reactions and your feedback from our open beta coming up this fall and into launch. And it's not just about launch, because the team is already focused on delivering a ton of content in the live seasons, which we'll be sharing more about. Am I allowed to talk about Warzone yet?
No.
Obviously, it's going to have a Warzone.
Our goal on Black Ops 6 was, and still is, to make something that is the best work we've ever done, and frankly, the most fun to play. To do that, we deconstructed all of our gameplay, our systems, and content plans, and repeatedly asked how something could be better. In some cases, that led us to huge innovations like Omni Movement, where we're now allowing players to move how real people and operators move. In other cases, it led us back to some of our classic systems like Prestige, then taking that classic system through the ringer and making updates and improvements. Across our weapons, gear, operators, maps, and more, a huge push has been to hit the highest visual and audio fidelity possible. The campaign tells an all-new Black Ops story where you're forced to go rogue and are being hunted by the teams that trained you. On top of that, the team is really focused on mission and engagement variety. Multiplayer is a key ingredient in the DNA of Black Ops, and hopefully, in this sneak peek, it was clear that every single part of the MP game loop will be improved and better than ever, from movement, to shooting, to footsteps, to engagement systems, to death. And last but
Definitely looks
definitely
like
not
they've
least,
been
the triumphant return of round-based
playing
zombies.
with what they wanted to do, what
There's
they wanted
so
to
much
show
more
off.
to share across
Omni
all
movement
3 game modes
could be game
before the
changing.
game officially launches on October 25th. On behalf of the entire team, we can't wait for you to play Call of Duty Black Ops 6.
It's coming out. I can't believe it's October. Oh yeah, there's going to be a billion different overpriced options, isn't there? Right, I'm just going to drop this in the chat for anyone who wants to.